Hey guys, hopefully you can hear me pretty well. It's late, so I'm not talking very loud, and I'm just wrapped up underneath a blanket and whatnot to try and dampen the sound as much as I can because people will turn to trying to sleep, and I'm sure neighbors next door wouldn't appreciate me talking loud and, middle of the night, whatever. Alright, well, I'm just gonna get right into it. So this is detailing not really the last 3 years because it's not everything for the last 3 years, but just some things. Some quick things. If I say mom or dad, I'm talking to about my adoptive parents. I might use their names, so Kathy and Aaron as well. If I say brothers or sisters, I'm talking about the adoptive children or the foster children. Usually I'll make a little bit of a distinction there. If I'm talking about my birth family at all, which I don't think I will, but if I do, I'll mention that they're like birth mom or birth dad or whatever. I don't think I'll mention them really at all, but if I do, just for some clarification's sake. Okay, where to start? I'm not going to start way back at the beginning because it's literally my whole life and we don't have enough time for that. But I'm going to start about 3 years ago, just because it's a really fucking stupid situation and bugs me, and I'm just annoyed about everything that's still fucking going on. 3 years. Anyways, so 3 years ago, it was about February actually, and I had just started working at my current job, but I didn't have any medical coverage yet. Actually, I think it was like January because I didn't have medical coverage until February, and I'd only been working there for about 2 months. Anyways, I didn't have a lot of money at the time because, reasons. Young kid, fucking living out on our own with no support. Anyways, so I had to get some wisdom teeth pulled, and it was definitely like a had to do situation. So and it cost a bunch of money because it was like full surgery and stuff. They have to cut in there, take stuff out. It's gonna cost me a few $100s, which at the time, like, I didn't have. And so I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? So I approached my parents, my mom at the time, because my grandma had actually passed away, I think a year before then, and she'd left all of her grandkids, not like a large chunk of money, but like a little bit of money, with a couple stipulations for if you turn 25 or you go back to school. So I'd already been in school, but as if I'd gone back to school. But I asked my mom, I'm like, Mom, is there any way you could loan me any money because I have to get my teeth out because they're causing me an insane amount of pain, but it's going to cost me tons of money and I literally don't have the money or medical cover or dental coverage, or anything at this time. And she's like, no, I'm not helping you. And I'm like, okay, well, what about, the money that grandma left for me? Why won't you go and just dip into that? And then, my next paycheck, once I have the money, I can just pay it back. I have to get this done. This is a dental thing. Like, we have to get it out. And I have no coverage. And she's like, no, we're not dipping into that. And just didn't let me. And I was like, I just accepted it at the time. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess there is the stipulations on, and anyways, I'm not going to go into that too much further because I didn't know what type of account it was in. So anyways, I'm like, whatever, I'm not 25 yet, I'm not going back to school right now. Okay, I ended up making do. Jordan helped me out and I put the rest of it on my credit card at the time, so I was able to pay it off eventually. Anyways, whatever, dealt with that. Randomly, a couple months later, she walks up to my work and hands me a draft. And if people don't know what a draft is, that means a money instrument that has like the funds paid on it. It's not like a paycheck where it's just a promise to pay. This means like the money's guaranteed on it. Anyway, she walks up to my check one day and just hands me, or my work one day, and hands me this draft for the full amount, the exact amount that was stated in the will for me. And I'm like, holy shit. And I'm like, what? And she's just like, just take it. this is a couple months later, and I'm like, well, you know, that would have been helpful a couple months ago. I'm like, what? They're like, just have it. I'm like, okay, sure. So I went, stuck away in savings. That's done, that's dealt with. Didn't have to touch it anymore. And I'm like, you know what? No, it's good. I can go and keep it safe. I'm actually a lot happier with that now. Because around that time, I started to have a suspicion. But I still, to this day, don't have actually any guaranteed proof of this, because there's no way for me to have guaranteed proof of this. But they were building a new house at the time I was getting my teeth done. So this entirely conspiracy theory here. I genuinely believe that they'd used those funds to go and build their house, and then like as a loan, and then once they got or to help subsidize the loan anyways, and once they got the money back from the loan, then they were able to pay me back. So that's just my thought. I'm actually not too sure at all, but who knows, maybe that's not the case. Maybe they were just playing mind games, because again, you know, spent my whole entire life, I know all the mind games that they love to play. Anyway, so that's fine. A couple months after the wisdom teeth came out, they just randomly decide to just hand me the money one day, and I'm like, perfect, I can put this somewhere safe, and I know it's going to be safe because it's with me, and I'm actually pretty good with money. So, you know, part of the reason I had no, anyways, I'm not going to go get into that. So I put it away, and then randomly, a few months later, like, it's hard to really make things make sense, but we've had a rocky relationship my entire life, like, where I want to try and repair things and, you know, be the good daughter and just fucking suck it up so that we can have a relationship and so that I can have a mom and a dad. And then I realized, oh, well, you know, they're going to treat me terribly. So then I just stopped trying, and, you know, I never really fully caught contact or anything before. So still, we're thinking about 3 years ago. So about 6 months after wisdom teeth now, or about 4 months after randomly getting that check now, it was my older sister had a baby a couple years before that, and that's an entirely other can of worms we're not going to get into. Be a perfect one for another one, another time. Anyway, she had a baby a couple of years ago, so I think she was turning 3 at this time, 2 or 3, I can't remember. Anyway, so it was about June, and her name is Lily. She's fucking adorable, or was adorable. And it was going to be her birthday. And so my parents invite me like a week before. They're like, oh, hey, why don't you come? We're going to have a little birthday party for her. Why don't you come over to her house? So I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. Like, we've been, 6 months where we've had like no issues. I didn't consider the wisdom tooth thing an issue because whatever. I guess I just didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to go and focus on that at all. So I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Everything is okay. We're mending right now. We're having a good time. It's been actually like, it had been like, I don't know, 1.5 years or 2 years since any actual fucking fights. Anyways, so it's about a week before Lily's birthday, and I got invited, and then the day before her birthday, I think like, oh man, I just want to go on Facebook and take a look at the pictures of Lily on my mom's Facebook because, she's just a fucking cutie pie, and let's just go take a look at her. So I go and log into Facebook, and my mom's not on my friends list, and neither is my dad, and neither is my little sister. Oh, I've been blocked. Until that moment, I thought, and you know what, and people think that's fucking stupid, but like, they don't understand that she always played mind games like this. She would block you on Facebook and be like, oh, I think a hacker hacked into my Facebook, or Facebook's randomly been removing my friend, and just like wait to see what your reaction is, and just fucking try and get into your head like that. So I was just like, you know what, I'm actually fucking upset because I thought she'd moved past these childish ways. I'm really upset. You just fucking blocked me. You just decided just cut me out of your life just for fun, just to fucking see what my reaction would be, just because that's how fucking immature you are. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to the party because unfortunately I cared a lot more then. So it was a little bit of an emotional wreck. Then I'm like, oh yay, this is fucking love. I was hurt. Like, pretty fucking reasonable thing. Like, you think you're finally mending a relationship and then you find out, oh yeah, no, you're still gonna be subject to all the fucking mind games. So I didn't go to the birthday party. And when I was like an hour late, I started getting phone calls. And I didn't tell them that I wasn't gonna show up, but like, I'm like, you know what, fuck you, you're just gonna go and cut me out and not tell me and just for fun, then fuck you, I'm gonna give you the same treatment, like, I'm not responding. So anyways, I just didn't respond, like, I didn't show up, and they started getting my little sister, who I think was 11 or 12 at the time, to phone me, and the voicemail was be like, and you could hear her talking in the background. This is the best part, is you could actually fucking hear Kathy coaching my little sister in the background, saying like, tell her this, and she was like trying to talk it like really quietly and telling her what to say. And so my sister would fucking monotone like, we missed you. I'm really upset you didn't come to Lily's birthday. You know, I'm really upset. Because, like, she knew that I cared about my little sister. And so to cause as much, like, upset with me, she's like, oh, hey, I'm going to go and make it so that Sage is saying it. Because obviously that's going to upset me more. And I'm like, yeah, that's real fucking mature. And she didn't call me. She got my little sister to text her because she had like a little phone that could, you know, text like whatever. She got Sage to text me and leave me voicemails where you can fucking hear Kathy coaching Sage I wish I saved these voicemails. Anyways, and so I'm like, yeah, you know, any possibility of me thinking of going to this is like, definitely no now, because yeah, I just realized you're back to your manipulative ways. So I didn't show up, and the next couple weeks are a bit blurry to me now, but mostly it was me trying to like get an answer from them and like figure out like, why would you do it? Like, why are you just like deleting me off Facebook and like being manipulative? And I thought you'd gotten better. I thought you'd fucking grown up, but clearly you haven't. But I just could never get a hold of her. She just fucking ignored me. She screened my calls. Like the couple times I did try, I saw my little sister at the grocery store one day because I was out getting groceries, and then she was out with her friend, and the friend's dad was getting groceries or something. Maybe they're picking up for a sleepover. I don't know. But I went and I was like, Sage, like happy to see her, and she fucking bawled at seeing me, and she's like, get away, you're not my sister. And I'm like, what the fuck? And she's just like, you stole grandma's money. I didn't even know what to say at that time. Like, what? And I could see, like, her look. She was terrified to interact with me. And you know what? I've been her before. I remember when someone was on Kathy's, like, bad list, you didn't talk to them, or she would fucking get, just your life would be fucking hell if you talk. So Sage could not talk to me, honestly. And actually, as far as she knew, I was a fucking terrible person who stole grandma's money and then was mean and didn't show up to Lily's birthday. So that's what she yelled at me, little sisters. That's when I found out, like, what? Okay, what? So now I know, like, she fucking set me up for a trap to make me seem like a fucking bad person. She goes, oh, I'm so generous and give you the money. And then when I'd inevitably end up caught in contact with him, because we fucking all knew it was going to happen eventually, oh, she just wanted to go and still be family with us for the money and then would just do it. It's just, I don't know, I feel fucking crazy when I like say this shit, but it's the fucking truth. So anyways, so that was fucking heartbreaking, seeing your little sister break down in tears because she's terrified of being seen near you because she's afraid of the repercussions and the fucking, at the very least, mental and emotional abuse that's gonna follow if she didn't act absolutely perfect, like perfectly to the fucking script of what Kathy wanted. So that was great. Anyways, I wrote up, I used to write in journals lost, and I used to I've always been bad at my feelings and knowing how I'm feeling, and I've been better at writing it out because it helps me sort my thoughts. Because if I try and just go into a conversation that's even a little bit emotional, I get confused very easily, and I forget most of what I'm talking about, and I just get all distracted, and it's really hard for me to keep my head together. So I like to write down at least key points of what I want to say before I go into those sort of conversations. Otherwise, I know the other person is going to have the upper hand on me and just fucking make just whatever. And, so anyways, I go and I write out a nice letter that was like, first of all, I did not steal Grandma's money. You gave me that money and I stuck it in a fucking safe place, like in a savings account, not to be touched, so that it can be fucking safe, which I don't think it was the case. And I'm kind of worried about all the other grandkids' money now, because I honestly think I'm the only one that's guaranteed to have gotten it, because I'm the only one who would have fucking fought for it, and not just, anyways, or who knows, she thought maybe like, oh, this is like a short-term loan, I'm just gonna spend this, and then as long as I can pay back the original amount. It's like not even how accounts work. Like, that's another reason why I'm pretty sure she'd spent the money, because if it had been sitting in a trust account for like a year or two, like it was supposed to have been, it wouldn't have been the exact amount that was said in the will, or that was part of the estate. Because that's the thing, it was the exact amount. It would have even had like $1 more. I would have been more believing that, oh yeah, I was sitting in just a really shitty savings account. But it didn't. And so that's how I just know that, oh yeah, she definitely probably fucking spent it, and then it took her a couple months to get that money back together from however. Anyways, so I called her a couple days after, my sister's terrified and crying to see me, or crying because she saw me. And I'm like, and also too, like, I was getting fucking tons of text from my little sister at this time saying like, I don't even remember anymore, like, you're not a part of the family, you're not really, you just stole Grandma's money, you're just a terrible, and Mom keeps saying, who's Amber, because you're not real anymore, and just like weird shit like that. So like I said, those were very blurry 2 weeks where just a few things stand out at a time, and most of it was just fucking emotional wreck. Like, fucking broke down in front of my manager and bawled my eyes out, and I'm not the kind of person to do that. I like to go and keep my emotions squashed really deep down. Anyways, so I go and I finally get her on the fucking phone. Like, just, we're talking like a couple weeks of just ridiculousness of her pretending. Anyways, and so I say, like, I start my little, fucking essay, bullet points or whatever that I wrote, that I was like, okay, you know what, I'm not okay with how you're treating me, and I start it. So I say, like, first of all, click. She fucking hung up on me. And at that point, I'm just like, okay. I've tried. This is probably the fucking 20th time I've tried to repair our relationship and have a proper fucking family. And every single time I'm spurned. And every single time you decide that playing mind games and, like, getting out on top is better than just being like, yeah, sorry, I was wrong. I probably shouldn't have played those mind games. Or, maybe I acted immature. Or just fucking burying the hatchet. Like, so many fucking times. But you know what? I was just like, okay, that was my last one. That was it. I'm done. I'm done. So what I ended up doing is I changed my last name on Facebook back to my birth name, not because there's any attachment to my birth mom. She's just a person. I don't have any resentment or attachment to her. She's just a person. Ask me more about that, and I can go into more detail if you don't want. But it's just another name I could have, so I just changed my last name back to my whatever name on Facebook. And then I sat there, and I'm like, you know what? It was like an hour later. I'm like, you know what? There's a couple people in my life that have some contact with her, but I know would maybe listen to my side of the story. So I probably want to go and give them a call, because I'd still like to maintain them being in my life. And I know that they can see through some of her bullshit. So I called one of them. He's my baba, which is Greek for dad. And to make it more complicated, he's actually my old foster dad. To make it even more complicated, he was actually married to my mom, so adoptive mom, back when they were fostering me, and asked me more about it later, and I explained it more anyways. And you see my baba, known him since I was 2 years old, and we've maintained like a relationship of like, just like not super strong, but there my entire life. And he's just one of the few people that's always been able to see through her bullshit and been able to call her on it, which is why they divorced in the first place. Or one of the reasons. Actually, it's not the reason at all. He talked to me about that later. But anyways, it's so I called him, and I'm like, hey, Baba, I probably should explain a little bit about what's going on, because I'm sure, in the next couple days you're going to get some weird phone calls from Kathy, and I just want you to know my side of the story, because I really care about you, and I want you to stay in my life, because I don't want to lose you too. Like, I'm clearly gonna have to lose everybody else, because Sage thinks I'm a horrible monster who stole Grandma's money, and so does probably all my mom's friends, because they'd have their ear, and just pretty much every single person that had a relationship, like, there was like, this is like before and after. There's a before my life and an after my life. And, like, that day is the fucking day. And I don't remember the exact day. It was, like, June, 20th or something like that. Or, maybe, no, it wasn't even June. Because Lily's birthday was in May. Oh, so it might have been June, actually. Anyways, it was, early June. And this is, the before and after. So I call him. I'm like, yeah, Baba, I just wanted you to know. He's like, yeah, so... that's funny you're telling me all this, because I literally just got a really weird phone call from your mom that you changed your last name, and she was kind of, really weird about it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I just did that an hour ago. So, I'd done that phone call with her, I think, the day before, and so, the next day I changed my phone, or my name on Facebook. She had blocked me on Facebook, and yet within an hour, because I called him about half an hour, and she'd called him before that, but he hadn't gotten her a call. Anyways, within an hour of me changing my name on Facebook, she knew, and she was already spreading shit about it, and calling up people, and just him, why? Why would she contact? Because she knew that I did have a relationship with him, and she wouldn't want to go and ruin it with anybody that I could maintain it with. And it was within a fucking hour. This is not a joke. This isn't me exaggerating for, having fun and telling a good story. This is the genuine truth. Within an hour of me changing my name on Facebook, she had already decided to go and tell anybody who would maybe want to go and keep any contact with me to try and fucking cause shit. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, thank you so much for understanding, Baba, because, you're kind of a great person, and she's treated you like shit your entire time you've known her, so I understand, you understand, okay, we're good. Golden. But, blocked her on there, whatever. We're done. And then 6 months go by, so I think I have the date on here. Let me go and bring this up. And I decided to screenshot some of the shit as proof afterwards. I'm like, I didn't save the good original voicemails, but I saved some of the things. So January 22nd, 2015. So yeah, over 6 months later then. I randomly get a message, and I actually, like, didn't see it for like a week. I randomly, you know how Facebook has that message request that's like filtered messages, like if they're not actually your friend, it doesn't go to your main inbox, so you won't actually see it. Anyways, hopefully now I'm posting it up where you guys can see the picture of what she's saying. Terrible fucking spelling, oh my god, but that's just going. So this is my older sister. This is the mom of Lily. She's 2 years older than me. She's a fucking psycho, but, you know, let's be nice here. Let's be the bigger person. She has terrible spelling, as you can tell. So over 6 months after everything's said and done, I've had no contact with them. And you know what? I'm going to therapy at this time because fucking sucks. I miss my little sister. I miss my parents, but I know I can never have a relationship with them. So, you know, I have to at least try and work through that shit. Spoiler alert, 5 sessions apparently wasn't enough, and I never bothered going back. So, you know, exactly how well I work through it, it's up to debate. Anyways, so let's read it. I'm sick to my stomach with the way you have treated mom and dad. You have no respect for anyone. The only person you think is yourself. How could you go and change your last name to what I changed to? Your Brith mom throw you on the streets like an animal. Not true. Not true at all. She realized, like, long story short, she realized she couldn't care for me, and so she gave me up. She didn't throw me on the streets like an animal. That's fucking ridiculousness. Then you get put in a home with a good, loving, caring people who love you and adopted you. Okay. I'm just not going to touch that for now. We can get into that a different time. Mom and dad have done nothing wrong. All they did was love you. Yeah, see, I don't actually really truly believe that. I have a lot of evidence to the contrary. They give you everything a teenage girl wants. No, they gave me everything that they wanted, and they actually really were not happy with me if I liked anything that they didn't like, or if I didn't like something they did like, or I was supposed to be their perfect fucking daughter, and then when I wasn't, well, they didn't really like me very much. And actually, I was pretty fucking close to the perfect kid, like, for them. Then you go and change your last name and call the family on New Year's and said my New Year's realization is to get you guys out of my life. That was 2011, and you called and said that. So something from 4 years, and that's another thing, like, from 4 years before she sent me this message, she's bringing this up. And also, that's just showing, like, I've been going through this shit my whole fucking life, like, with them. And 4 years ago, I was still saying that I want to cut you out of my life because you are too toxic to deal with. If I was you, I would start showing some more respect and stop being a bitch. Grow the hell up. You're an adult, and now so act like it. So, remember when I said about my mom coaching Sage? Definitely think she probably had a strong thing to say with Santana. Sorry, that's her name too. About this. About saying, oh, hey, this is what you should totally tell her. You should fucking mess it. Because I can't do that. Because it can't come from her. She's a fucking foster parent. So she has to act like she's totally a puppet. Like, oh, you know, Amber and Santana, they just always had spats, you know. They just never got along. Oh, man, can't believe Santana would say this. Oh, well, I guess it wasn't me who said that. Or, oh, Sage just, you know, she's indirect. She's manipulative. She gets other people to do her shit. So I have no doubt in my mind, at least partially. Because, like, random shit from fucking 2011. You know, just, like, what? Like, okay, so randomly, it's like 6 months after the fact, she decides to randomly message me at this out of the blue. Didn't respond to it, obviously, like, why? There was another one, I don't know where it went to, but another one about me being upset because of not being in gymnastics. Like, that wasn't the only one that was said, but for some reason the other ones got deleted or something. Maybe I deleted them. who knows, this is the only one I just salvaged tonight, because I'm like, well, I probably should keep this shit, so, in case I need to. So that brings us, okay, so yeah, it's been 2.5 years since, before, 3 years since this all started, but yeah, 2.5 years, and 2 years, I guess, because of this shit with Santana. And I'm healing, I'm getting better. I hurt a lot sometimes because I don't have parents. I don't have family. I think about, oh, hey, I want to get married to Jordan one day, but I'll literally have no one on my side of the fucking aisle. So, like, we make things and we had talks about, and, like, I want to, but I know if I let them into my life again, this would just happen again. And they're toxic, and they're not good, and so I'm better for not having them in my life. And mostly, I'm a lot happier. Mostly, I'm doing a lot better. I'm a lot healthier, and a lot more just everything, because I don't have them in my life anymore, because they're not there. And that's just okay. And we live in the same town. Somehow we don't see each other too often, but I literally, if I see them, I have a panic attack. And you know what's funny is I know if Kathy heard me say that seeing her gives me a panic attack, she wouldn't be like, oh, I feel kind of fucking bad that I caused that to you. She'd be like, you should be ashamed that that's how you feel, and, that's really hurting that you'd say that sort of thing. And she would totally flip it on that she was the victim, and that me fucking having a panic attack from fucking seeing her is she's the victim. And, I'm not saying that I'm a victim, but, like, I don't know what I'm saying there. I'm saying that I'm a lot fucking happier that they're not in my life. And it hurts a lot sometimes, because, like, I felt, reason why I went to therapy is because I felt a lot of fucking guilt that I left Sage behind, that I left her in that situation. And right before all this shit went down, she was starting to open up to me and tell me what was going on, and it was everything that I had been starting to go with through at, like, the same age. And because she was always, like, my mom's favorite child, because she was, like, the youngest and whatnot, I thought maybe she'd be fucking spared. But nope. She's maybe not as bad necessarily as I got it, but already starting to happen when I fucking left her. And I'm sorry, and obviously you can tell I still feel a lot of guilt about that. I'd get her out of there in a moment if I could, but again, I tried writing her a letter and delivering it with her principal and being like, if you need to get a hold of me, this is my number. I know you probably forgot it, like you had it before, but you probably forgot it. I didn't change my number, despite fucking risk, and actually did get a lot of mean texts, because I'm like, I can't change my number, because what if she reaches out? I didn't have that person that I could go to, and I had to fucking stick it out myself, and I had to fucking survive myself, and I had to get out of that situation myself. But I don't want her to have to go through it all by herself, and I want to be there for her. And so, anyways, just fucking stupid shit. So yeah, that was the hardest part, is like, I wish I could get her out of that situation, but I can't, and my only hope is that that letter did get to her. I have no idea if it did. The principal wouldn't say if they were actually going to give it to her. Might have given it to my parents, but they never messaged me, so I don't know. I don't know if it got to her. I feel like if they had it, they would have said something like fuck off, or would have got Sage to text me and be like, don't talk to me, you're not my sister anymore, or something like she had done. But I don't know. I don't know if she ever got the letter. I said, like, and I was very impartial, because, like, she's young. She doesn't have to know about everything. So I just said, like, you know, mom and I have a little bit different opinions on what happened, but I want you to know, if you ever need me, I'm here. Here's my number. It was, like, very partisan, I don't know, just, like, impartial, very, like, not taking a side, not attacking my mom or anything. I was like, okay, this is just nice, because I know the only way I can ever be in her life is if I fucking suck up and try and be nice, because, like, whatever. Anyways, so, like, yeah, see them, you know, a couple of years go by, I have panic attacks if I see them in town. Mostly, I have nightmares. Oh my god, I've had so many fucking nightmares where I'm stuck with them again, or you know, I'm a fucking 17 years old, not even 17 years old, I was already moved out at that time, like fucking 15, 16 years old again, living at home, stuck there, can't get out, fucking under their fucking emotional, mental, more abuse, and I just can't, and I just hate it, and it fucks me up the next day when I have those fucking nightmares, and it fucks me up the day when I see them in public, because it's the fucking worst. And I saw them, like, out when we were at the museum, like, a couple months ago, and I was so proud of myself, because I didn't have I think they saw me, I don't know, we walked kind of past them, because we were leaving, and they were just coming in at the time, but it wasn't super close, but I, like, 100% know it was them. And I walked past them, and I didn't have a panic attack, and I'm, like, so proud of myself. I'm like, holy shit, I fucking did it. I'm getting better. I'm doing okay. And then, like, a week later, I saw them again, and then I had a panic attack. I'm like, oh, fucking, well, that's fantastic. Oh, yay, that's fucking good. Okay, and yeah, so, like, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not as good as I'm, you know, feeling like I could be. So all of this comes down to, like, why am I suddenly deciding to talk about this now? Like, why is this suddenly something I'm deciding to go and say and give, like, credence to and, like, talk about? It's because I was out getting groceries today, and there's, like, the strip mall. Anyways, we're walking down the strip mall, Jordan and I randomly just, like, looked over into one of the shops as we were just, like, randomly, like, I could have not seen, and near the exit inside the building, so through glass, I saw who I'm pretty sure was Santana, so who I haven't actually seen this entire time. Like, I've seen my mom and my dad and whatever foster babies they have at the time, but I haven't seen Sage, and I haven't seen Santana at all since the shit went down, since 2.5 years ago. And I see someone, and I'm like, recognize them, but, like, not really for half a second. I'm like, oh shit, it's Santana, like, without makeup and with, like, pink hair and, like, looking really weird. Like, it was through a door, and it was, like, hard to see, and I wasn't entirely sure it was her. And then there was this another person behind. My mom always wears, like, vests and, like, hats. Like, if she's just whatever, she just wears those a lot. And so it's like fucking camel vest or something. I don't know. And I saw them. I almost saw the back of my mom's head, but I saw, like, the side of Santana's face. And so I'm like, shit, Jordan. Like, I think that was Santana. And, like, I'm not entirely sure because, you know, there's no way for me to really be sure, because no fucking way am I getting any closer than what I was, because we weren't super close or anything. But I'm like, whatever, you know, if it was, if it wasn't, whatever. So we go get groceries. Anyways, I go home, having a fine day at home, and I'm like, didn't have a panic attack then, despite, like, just whatever, just feeling annoyed. Anyways, suddenly I log into Facebook and I have, like, you have one new message request. I'm like, what? screwed it up. So hopefully you can see it about now. I fucking hate you for what you did to my family, you ugly slut hoe. And then 3 hours later, I wish you would die. From today. What did I do to the fucking family? I stopped talking to them. I stole grandma's money that you fucking walked in. Okay, but this is the thing. I work in a fucking bank. She walked into my work where we have fucking security cameras every fucking where and handed me the fucking draft. I didn't steal grandma's monies. I have fucking video evidence if I fucking request it that I didn't fucking steal any fucking money, that you fucking gave me this money. So if you're saying that I tore up the money or tore up the family because I stole grandma's money, no, I have video evidence that I didn't. So what the hell else did I do? What did I do to our family? You ugly slut hoe. That's not even like imaginative. Like, that's actually kind of boring at this point. Like, honestly, like she's getting a little soft apparently. It's almost gentle. And I wish you would die. Okay, well, you know, so do I sometimes, but that's just life. Yeah, that was fun. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, this is lovely. So I exit it. And then, like, I'm not responding to her, obviously. And then, I don't know, I checked her Facebook a little while later. Somehow she's fucking commenting on my shit. Ew, such an ugly duckling. Okay, it was actually on, like, a text post. It wasn't even a picture of myself. An ugly duckling. Okay, you know, the ugly duckling grew up into be a beautiful swan. Just saying. And it was on a text post about, like, anyways, it was like a fucking cutesy text post about me to Jordan. And all of a sudden, I want to poke you. Stole money from grandma who passed away, you little hoe bitch. Little hoe bitch. Is that like a fucking, like, one who dances and it's like a dog who dances? Like, is that a hoe bitch? Do they do hoe down? Anyways, and it's just like, I'm just annoyed. Really. It's been fucking, 3 years, 2.5 years since this shit. And you're still just like, you get reminded of my existence. So, like, I don't know if she's been out of town for a long time. And, like, because suddenly insight in mind, that's why she's deciding to talk about me suddenly. But, like, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking dumb? Okay. No, I didn't steal money. I literally did not steal money. Because there's fucking video evidence to the fucking contrary. So anyways, I deleted those off my wall because, like, I'm not dealing with that shit and having that on my wall. And then I and then I blocked her because, like, the message, I'm like, realized that I could actually block her this way. I guess it was fucking stupid. I think reading her message opened up my profile so that she could fucking go and comment on it. I did not reply to her. I have not replied to them at all because I'm like, you know what? No, fuck it. I'll be better than them. I won't do that. But yeah, I don't know. Just frustrating that is what it is. That those are the kind of people that I have to deal with. So, I don't know. There's no real point to this. It just is. I just can't sleep. So let's just fucking talk about this. And that's another thing that makes me angry too. Like, now I can't fucking have a good sleep because now my brain is just over and over and over and over again thinking about this. Like, fucking lovely. They're still trying to cause shit. Like, I am done. I do not want you in my life. I wish I could help Sage, but I know for my sanity, I literally cannot have you in my life. I don't know. I'm just glad. I want to say, like, I'm glad to be done with them. And, like, yesterday I would have been like, yeah, like, it's been great. I've had no contact with them. You know, I'm done with them. And it hurts sometimes, and I get upset sometimes because of reasons, but I'm okay. I'm doing okay. Everything is better. And then this just comes up, and I'm like, is this just gonna be a one-time thing? They just decide to call me a hoe bitch, stupid slut hoe, and like, is that just what it's gonna be? And they're gonna disappear for another 6 months, year, or is this just the start? Are they gonna come back again and fucking barrage me with fucking mean? And I was just like, just ignore them, just like, whatever, just don't. And I do, and I have, but still, like, it gets to you. Like, I don't have parents. I don't have a mom. I don't have a dad. I have people who are like, maybe care for me, but not the people that are supposed to do. And I know that. And sometimes that's upsetting. But, whatever. I'm an adoption success story, guys. I don't know. I'm hoping that maybe I can sleep after this. I just want to be... I don't know. I just genuinely wish one day... Well, I wish a few things. One of the better ones that I wish is that I could just wake up one day and forget. And have forgotten literally my entire life. Up until, like, now. Just forget everything. And maybe, like, still retain the basic functionality to, like, understand and, like, walk and talk and stuff. But, like, personal memories, just gone. And I would genuinely be a happier person for it. Just not ever having to remember. And because I can, like, rebuild that love and everything with Jordan. That would be okay. But that way, I could just not have to fucking remember all the shit I went through my entire fucking life. And it would probably make me a lot better of a person. So, anyways, that's story time with Nash. Sorry that you had to have a black screen for a bunch of it because, I don't know, because I'm dumb. Anyways. Did I say Nash? Did I say Amber? I don't know what my name is anymore. Totally unrelated note. You guys should help me think of a roller derby name. And, I don't know, if you have questions, feel free to ask them. I'm relatively open about certain things. Yeah, just feel free to ask me about stuff. And this isn't like, I don't know, attention seeking or anything. Like, you don't have to ask me anything. You don't have to watch this. You don't have to, like, do anything. It's just, I've just been wanting to fucking do this for a while. Just say everything and just get it all out. I finally have a chance. Anyways. I hope everybody sleeps well tonight, and if you have family that loves you, hug them close and, you know, appreciate them. And if you don't, have a drink on me. Just, like, have an okay one. Just the people who do. Friends are better. Family, because, you know, you can choose your... I don't know, there's just stupid bullshit. Anyways, I have to go because I'm rambling, so goodbye.